Stampers, I'm Meg from LovenStamps, and this is Maker Mornings with Meg, albeit just a minute or two late, but I promise I didn't forget you. I was actually working on the Designer Series paper share so that it's ready to go, so there's a link in the video description for that, so whether you're watching now or later, you can see that. But I have a project to share with you today, and it is a fabulous card. I am really excited about it, actually. It is the one of the clear card bases, and I shared this a similar project earlier with the tea set. Let me grab that card here. And I wanted to share a version with the Best Butterfly stamp set. So here's my tea card version, like this. And then today we're gonna do a version with the Best Butterfly stamp set. So this one and the coordinating dies. And then we're also going to bring in the stitched rectangles, which are so perfect for making these kinds of cards. So I'm glad you guys are here. Hi, Kathy and Trish and Carol and Deborah and Susan. Good to see you guys all this morning. So like I said, great project using these supplies. We're going to pull in our resin shapes, which are super darling match for this. And we're going to use the Designer Series paper here from the Butterfly Kisses set. So it's this baby right here. And I spent yesterday working on card kits to go for this month's order. So if you're ordering from me this month in June, then you're going to get 2 card kits featuring different projects that we've done there. And where's the little gift bag? Wherever the little gift bag is, with your LovenStamps card kits to go. So watch for those. And the reason I was a teeny bit late starting this morning is I was talking or getting the details together for the paper share for the holiday catalog that is going to begin on Friday. So those details are posted. You can sign up for that now on my blog, and there's a link in the video description. So you get card bases with your DSP, which makes it oh so much easier to actually use. All right. Hey, Gabriella and Carol and Tanya and Kelly and everybody else who's jumping on. I hope you guys are enjoying your summer. So, all right, ready to get going with our clear card? Let's do it. I'm going to flip you guys down this direction, and we have on our project here, sorry, all the things here are organized. We have the stamps and dies kind of here ready to go. And I'm going to go through the process of making this card because there is a little bit of finickiness to how you put your layers together because you want to cover things up and you want to open some things. And I just realized I have a piece of card that's not quite cut right, but I'll fix that. The directions and cutting sizes and everything for this are located in the PDF that you get for ordering from me as a thank you during the month of June, so don't miss that. All right, so I have here my base. Doesn't photograph perfectly beautifully on here, but the window sheets are a terrific card base, and I've cut this down to regular size, which is 5.5 by 8.5, and fold it in half. Now, when you do this, you want to always make sure that you get a really good crease line. So you're going to want to go ahead and do your scoring on this using your Simply Scored tool. So I've just scored this in half here. And then you're going to want to go ahead and burnish this using a bone folder, which you will get a really nice line from. So I'm going to just make sure that this is nice and tight fold there with my bone folder, okay? So it's not going to move around on us. All right, so now you can see that when you are working on a clear card base, you can see through. So I'm going to start with the back layer here. And here is a really kind of fun one. You could use anything from the Designer Series paper pack. In fact, I have this one, or let's look at the other choices that I could use. I think I'm going to switch it for a different version. I'm going to go with this one. So let's go ahead and cut this down. So this is going to be 3.5 by 4 3/4. And I was just at a Stampin' Up party last night. And somebody was asking about the paper trimmer, 3.5 by 4 3/4. And so I thought I would just go ahead and pull this out to show it to you. I love the paper trimmer that we have right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide my scoring blade out of the way and then just use my cutting blade here. And it measures really well, it holds the paper really well, it makes a nice clean cut. All I have to do is press down here on the little handle and know that my paper will stay exactly where I want it to. I love that it has a ruler on both the left and the right side of the cutting edge, so it gives you a lot of flexibility on whether you want to measure to the left or the right. It has a swing arm, of course, that comes out so you can cut larger sizes, and it has an outstanding scoring blade. So if you need a paper trimmer, hands down, I love this one. All right, so let's bring this back in here. Now, I could put this here, but if I put it here, then I'm going to have adhesive show on the back of our card. I don't really want that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this behind the card so it's actually glued on the back. And I'm going to go ahead and use my multi-purpose liquid glue. And I love this for gluing onto plastic because the Seal and the Seal Plus are fabulous, but they also grab really, really tightly on the plastic on the window sheet. And so if you accidentally slide it across, it just globs on there, and it's really tricky sometimes to get it off. Or to get it adjusted to where you want. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my grid here as my lining up tool. And you'll notice that I put the adhesive only in the center there because I want that to stay where it's gonna be hidden by our next layer. So I'm gonna give this a second to grab so that it's ready to go. And while I do that, I'm going to grab our next layer, which is on the first impulse, it's gonna look like the folded size is gonna be 2 by 3 3/8. But again, showing off my paper trimmer, I'm going to cut another piece because I actually want it to be twice as wide as that. So I'm gonna make it 4 inches wide here by 3 3/8. Okay, so get that trim or scoring blade out of the way, and then 4 inches wide by 4 inches wide by 3 3/8 inch, 4 inches tall by 3 3/8 inches wide. No, wait, am I? Oh gosh, guys. I want it to be this, tall, wide, who cares? We're just gonna do this. So it's 4 inches by 3 3/8. And then this, I'm gonna go ahead and fold in half, but I'm actually not going to do it yet. I'm gonna leave it like this because I want to add some butterflies to our project here. And for our butterflies, we're gonna do some mixing and matching, and we're going to create some fun butterfly shapes on our card that it'll be harder to stamp if I fold first. So I'm gonna leave it flat. And for our colors, I'm gonna go with Parakeet Party. I'm pulling colors here from the Designer Series paper, and Starry Sky, and finally Calypso Coral, which is a fun, fabulous match for these this suite here. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some stamps. I'm gonna use the, there's my extra pieces already pre-cut. So let's go ahead and do, let's do this one here. And I always like to pick up my stamps just by setting my block down on top of them. This I could probably do an A block for, but we'll be fine there. And then I need the little butterfly body, like that, okay? If you're ever not sure which blocks to get for your stamp sets, don't forget that in the in catalog, when you're looking, there is a little reminder at the bottom of each stamp set that says, hey, these are the blocks that are perfect for the stamp set that you're looking at. So use that tool. All right, so now let's go ahead and stamp some butterflies. So this is actually going to be like a reverse fold card piece, just for the fun of it. So it's gonna feel like I'm stamping on the back of the card, but it's gonna be the front. So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp, we're gonna do, I think we have space for 2 butterflies. So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp one here. and maybe kind of one down here. There we go. And let's see, we're gonna do our bottom wings here. I saw that Becky had asked for me to show the butterfly card in the background on yesterday's video, and I didn't see her comments until after the video is done. So I'm wondering if this is the card that you had wanted to see. So Becky, you'll have to tell me if this is the one you're thinking of. Otherwise, I'll take you on a little tour later and I can show you some more cards. So we're gonna go ahead and pop these on here, okay? So I love, love, love the bright colors here with the really strong designer series paper. And so this now, you can see where our glue is drying, but it does show through there. This is what we're gonna cover up. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold this in half, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do it here. Remember, when you're working with ink, it doesn't always dry super instantly, so you want to give it a second. And I'm actually going to flip this to the back side and use my bone folder to go ahead and crease this so that I don't smear any ink that might be on the front. And I'm fine that that's overlapping the back. It's going to disappear. Now this is going to go inside our clear card. So this is going to give us like a hidden place to write our message, okay? Now, before I put this in, I want to actually do the front layer of our card. So, hey, Joanne. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of cardstock. So here's like a sample, and we're going to make a frame for the front of our card. And so I've shown you this on a video before, so I'll do it kind of briefly. I showed it on a teacup card, I think. I have 2 dies from the Stitched Rectangles dies. Now, this is one of my staple die sets. I actually own 2 of these because I use them so much. Ta-da! When you're using these dies, you can tape 2 together so that they're exactly sort of framing each other, and then run everything through your die cut machine so you get a frame that looks just like this. So it's actually the die cut run both at the same time, and then you get that really fun stitched line on the inside and outside of your card. So that is going to fit here on the front of our card. Now this is why I wanted to get sort of from the back up. I want to make sure everything is lined up together. So we're going to go ahead and add some multi-purpose liquid glue, aka green lid glue. If you're like, oh my gosh, that's hardly any glue, Meg, it's because really my motto with this is if you can see the glue, it is enough. You don't want it to squish out anywhere. So you want to be really careful to make sure that you're keeping it in check and not getting too much on there. So I'm going to set this down, and I kind of get one shot at it because I don't want to have the glue, I don't want to have the glue marks on my plastic, on my window sheet base. The Stampin' Up! Window sheets are fabulous base material. They're really nice and strong, really sturdy, so they make a great job of doing a card base. So I'm just like being silent here so that I don't move this. Have any of you guys made any window sheet cards yet? I've been showing them for a little while and I really love them, so I didn't know if anybody had gotten around to it. They're so much fun. All right, now if I wanted to, I could also make another die cut layer and layer inside my card. I'm not going to do that right now, but what I do have is a whole mess of fabulous designer series papers that I can mix and match to build my card with. So let's grab this one here, and I have cut a little piece here that's about 3 inches wide. And we're going to make this a banner that's going to go on the back of our card. So there are some cool banner punches, but I'm going to use the my paper snips here and just cut a banner for myself. So we're going to layer this, and I think this is going to go underneath, because remember, anything that we attach on the front here is going to have to be hidden, okay? So we're going to use this as our little hiding layer. Then on the front of our card, I'm going to pull in one of the coordinating dies, this large one here, and cut this from Starry Sky cardstock so that it is a great layer for the front of our card. You guys see how this is kind of coming together? And then we need a greeting. And for our greetings this month, I'm featuring the Charming Sentiments stamp set. And I send a lot of thank you cards, so I'm going to go with this Beyond Grateful. We're going to stamp that, and then the coordinating dies for Charming Sentiments allow you to fussy cut without fussy cutting, which is better than sliced bread. So this one here matches the Beyond Grateful. So I've done this ahead of time. I stamped it and die cut it. So now we have a fun greeting to go on the front of our card. Love, 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 charming sentiments. It has really great greetings in it too. Pretty much everything that I use on a regular basis is included in there, plus some bonuses. So, all right, so that is how we're gonna paste out the front of our card. Let's go ahead and start sticking stuff down. Again, we want to remember that any adhesive we put on the front of our card is going to show through. So we're going to be kind of careful with our placement. So I'm going to pop a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals or Stampin' Dimensional edging. I guess that one is too big. On the back of our little greeting here. And let's go ahead and stick this down as kind of our anchor, and then we'll piece things around it. So let's see, maybe just a little bit up from the bottom, kind of around there. And then we need to add something behind our butterfly. And these are a little bit wide. Let's see, I think I have some, well, I have some of the dark ones. These are the black mini dimensionals, and I'm gonna pop one right here because I want to make sure that I'm not putting something on that's gonna be too hard to hide. So let's see, I'm gonna pop it here, I think. Let's see, about like this. And so now it's gonna be, oh, I can't go over the edge of my card though. All right, well, this is what we get. Here I'm taking something apart. So here's my tip for you. When you're taking something apart, be careful to pull sideways. So I'm pulling this direction and not back, because when you peel back, you damage your cardstock, and then you end up with not as great a piece there. It looks a little bit damaged. So now I'm gonna scoot this over. There we go. That's where I want it. Put it down again and add my butterfly here behind, which is probably what I should have put down first. There we go. And I'm gonna get that dimensional for my butterfly behind that line there. So now you can see the mess that's on the back. Oh, Joanne, I'm so glad that you always learn new things. This is good. Stitch rectangles are pretty fab. So now you can see where I have my pretty paper here that's going to hide those adhesive things. So I'm going to, again, try to keep my adhesive in the middle because I need it to be hidden still by the layers that I put on the front. Is this making sense? So you can kind of see where we're layering front and back to kind of keep everything hidden the way we want it. And there is the way that's going to look from the front. Really cute, right? All right, now let's see. I need to put in my card here. And because this is going to kind of have some wear and tear on it, meaning like people open, close, because your card's so cool, then I'm going to go ahead and use multi-purpose liquid glue again and just position that in the center. And then I'm just going to double check to make sure that I've got things straight. Not only do you have to make your layers straight on the front, but you have to make them straight all the way through so you can kind of see how this is coming together. I love these window sheet cards. Are you guys like super jazzed about this? All right, we're not done yet though, because of course we need to add some embellishments to this. And here are my fun flower resin shapes, which I adore. There's some extra green ones there. And let's go ahead and pull a couple of these. I'm gonna grab my take your pick tool, which I forgot to take to my party last night. And I tell you, there was a stamper there who didn't have fingernails, and it was tricky, I tell you. So much nicer to have my take your pick tool. So let's put some of these here. Remember, you're gonna use the slide and stick. So you just press your take your pick tool down and slide to the side. So you slide it off and then stick down on your card. So that gives us a really great thing there. Now, if you love all of the embellishments that I show, all kinds of pearls and goodies and all the things, but you are thinking, I don't want to buy a whole package of every one, make sure that you sign up for the embellishment add-on for the paper share that I just posted on my website. So anybody can sign up for that as long as you're in the US, and the link is in the video description. So there's an embellishment option add-on so that you get half a package of all the new embellishments -1. Almost all the new embellishments in the catalog. The only ones not included is the little wood elements because they're so dangerous to mail, not in their sheets. So all the other ones though, you would have to try and sample on different things, and then you can see which ones you love if you want full packages, like for a big holiday project or Thanksgiving project or something like that. So, all right, so that covers us, I think, for our clear cards. So what do you guys think? Are you super excited to give one of these a try? They are just a really impressive thing to get in the mail. Sorry, you guys are all, I'm all crooked. A really impressive thing to get in the mail. And when you're making these, you can of course adapt for whatever stamps and things that you have on hand. But just think about sort of that front back placement of your elements. So when you're covering up the glue points, they give you some fun ideas for making those. And again, stitched rectangles, washi tape together. I don't even take the washi tape off anymore because I use these two together to make frames all the time, are really handy. Let's see, what else? Do you guys want to see just a refresh on the other butterfly cards that I've shown this month? So the one here is the one that I shared yesterday. And yesterday we talked about turning sort of an okay card into something really fun with those 3 magic tricks. So this was our result from that video. So if you missed the 3 tips, you're going to want to go back to yesterday's episode, which must have been 285 yesterday. Today's 286. And so there is our fun Z-fold card like that. We also did earlier a great mix and match card that was talking about using different, here I'll show 2 different samples of it, using different designer series paper die cuts. So with this Build a Butterfly die set, you can use a lot of great things. And I actually used a layer for the background here behind the cardstock layer, which is a reverse of how we usually treat designer series paper. So that's kind of fun. And then die cutting just a variety of those butterfly shapes. And then, oh, here it is hiding. I have our little treat bag that was our 4th project feature this month. So these are all part of LovenStamps Card Kits to Go and PDF tutorials. So you'll get those. If you look up LovenStamps perk points on my website, you can get more details about earning those projects as a PDF and earning 2 of them as a card kit to go as my order thank you for the month of June. All right, we are nearing the end of June, which means the mini catalog will be saying goodbye. Tomorrow, Thursday, is the last day for this, so don't forget to just double check your I need it list. Make sure you covered all the things that you wanted to get out of there, and then know that on Friday we'll be starting our new catalog, and it's like the unofficial launch. I'll be back with another Maker Mornings with Meg video on Friday. And so I will have a great card to share with you from the holiday catalog, the July through December catalog, and the new celebration. So you're going to want to watch for that. And then my official big kickoff is Tuesday, July 5th. At 7 p.m. Central Time, I'm pretty sure. And there's an event for that on the LovenStamps Facebook page. And if you're one of my customers, you probably got a note about that in the actual mail. So look forward to seeing you guys that evening for some fun projects. And let me see, am I missing any? Oh gosh, I just missed a zillion comments. Sorry guys. I'm glad you like the card. I'm glad you're excited. Hi Kitty. Hey Amy. And if you guys have any questions, please holler. And I will look forward to seeing you again on Friday with another summer school edition of Maker Mornings with Meg. It's just been so much fun to be back with you guys. So check back for old episodes. Think about getting some supplies for your next order for a clear card, which are today's card, and just a lot of fun to put together. So happy stamping, guys. Have a wonderful Wednesday.